Hello everybody, Travis here. We are still waiting for Arena to find us some kind of battle. I made a brand new deck, and usually it doesn't take us this long to find something. And normally when it takes close to 30 seconds, it's like searching throughout the entire environment to find something to defeat you. It's not like there's not enough Earthbend / Landfall hybrid decks to just destroy you by turn 4. Let's go ahead and put that in tapped. This is a heavy mana. This is an expensive kind of deck. What did I end up with this? This card is not supposed to be in there. Okay, we're going to be having some fun, evidently. Alright, we're going to draw a card for each shrine we control because this is a shrine deck. That! I cast Trailblazer. Okay. Another shrine, please. That part's good. That part's good. Oh, they're getting lots of land. And that's all dealing damage. That's okay. We've got the White Lotus hideout. We can use it to cast our shrines. Trigger, trigger, trigger. Get a nice bit of card draw themselves going. Lots of land. Let's see. If I do this again. Oh, they don't even hang around for it. What in the world? Are the shrines that good this time around? We're gonna find out. Let me go in. I need to get rid of that one creature card that wasn't supposed to be in there. I wonder how that got in there. I must have misclicked somewhere. Anyway. I'm Travis. That gets me down to 60 cards. That should work. Let's go ahead and give you the deck tech while we're here. It's kind of expensive deck, 3.3 average, moderately expensive, and the point of pain is in the 4 drops. So let's just alter the view here. We'll pull it up. I went ahead and made every shrine. I was having the biggest trouble getting them. So Northern Air Temple, they're all legendary. This is the 1 drop. When it enters, each opponent loses X life. You gain X life, where X is the number of shrines you control. Whenever another shrine you control enters, each opponent loses 1 life, and you gain 1 life. The next one, and this is kind of the problem, is all the rest of these are like 4 drops almost. We've got 3 for Spirit Oasis. You draw a card for each shrine you control. Whenever another shrine enters, you draw a card. Then we have Southern Air Temple. When Southern Air Temple enters, you put X +1/+1 counters on each creature you control, where X is the number of shrines you control. So we really want to get the red ones out instead of the white ones first, right? Whenever another shrine you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. So when we get these, we're really trying to hold on to them because we want to put out Crescent Island Temple first. For each shrine you control, create a 1/1 red monk creature token with prowess, and then you get another one every time a shrine comes into play. And then finally, another 4-drop, Kyoshi Island Plaza. When it enters, search for up to X basic land cards, where X is the number of shrines you control. Put those onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. And I'm not sure if I did my mana base right, because I've got a lot of tap lands that are 3 cost. I don't really have a lot of basic lands. You can see I've got like 8. So this is, some of these cards might be useless by the time I get to them, if I get to multiples. But to help us out, we do need a little bit of removal. So I've got 5 here. I've got 4 copies not on my watch, so we can exile whatever attacks us. We've got 1 Ares Lullaby. If they tap something, I can destroy it and gain 2 life. And I have 1 board wipe with Day of Judgment, so basically 6 removal cards. We've got 1 copy of Spelunking, so we can get a land card into the battlefield. I don't think I have any caves, but lands you control enter untapped, which is going to be handy for the entire match. There are probably other cards out there. I got Guru Pathic. When Guru Pathic enters, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a Lesson Saga or Shrine card, put them into your hand. Whenever you cast a Lesson Saga or Shrine spell, put a +1/+1 counter on another creature you control. And I can tell now I'm missing... I don't know how this happened. I'm missing a particular card. This one, Aang's Journey. Search your library for a basic land card. Search for a basic land card in Shrine. There's supposed to be 2 of them and only 2 of Guru Pathics. Okay, so we fix that. There we go. So we can search for basic lands, and we can search for shrines, and we can look for shrines. The other cards we have 3 copies of Yenna, Redtooth Agent, Legendary Elf Noble for 4/4. You spend 2 and tap or target enchantment you control. Doesn't have the same name as another permanent. You create a token that isn't legendary. So we can take one of our shrines, all of which are legendary, make a copy, and then we have 2 of a particular kind, not legendary. What else does it say at the bottom here? If the token is an aura, untap Yenna and scry 2. We don't have to worry about that. We have Yuna, Hope of Spira, 3/5 during your turn. Yuna and enchantment creatures you control have trample, lifelink, and ward 2. We're not worried about any of that. All we're worried about is the beginning of our end step. We return up to 1 target enchantment card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. So if we lost any of these, the cool thing is what you tend to do is if I have a Spirit Oasis out, I'm not afraid to put another one out. It's due to the legendary rule, I keep one, and the other one goes away into the graveyard. With Yuna, I can bring stuff back. Another way we can do it, extravagant replication, beginning of your upkeep, create a token that's a copy of another target non-land permanent you control. So we can keep making tokens out of these legendary enchantments and just keep the synergistic effects going, so to speak. We also do have 1 copy of Adagio, Windstep Bastion. So if we do manage to station that up to 12, we can spend 4 mana, tap it, create a token that's a copy of target artifact or enchantment you control, except it's legendary. Well, these were already legendary anyway, so it's just another copy that will go away right away. And then we have down here 4 copies of White Lotus Handout. We can add 1 mana of any color, spend it to cast a shrine spell. 1 Demolition Field as always, and that's pretty much it. I'm not sure. Let's go back in and look at the mana cost after we changed everything. When we added Aang's Journey, 3.2. So we've already gone down 0.1 by switching out the 4 drops. There's a lot of 4 drops here. So I thought having yet another one that we had 4 copies of was kind of pushing it. So the biggest problem with this whole thing is that I don't have a lot of basic lands. And I kind of have 6 spells in there that are looking for basic lands. So we'll see if that bites us. We can always change things as we go. But the quick drafts have been terrible for me. I kind of had to quit doing them because, first of all, I was flooding out like 2 or 3 times. And you only have to lose 3 times in those quick drafts to be knocked out, right? And the frequency of the shrines was not very good when I was looking. I was going specifically for Avatar just to try and get the shrines to build up my shrine population. And I would almost never get one. I had 2 greens and a white in one for the entire quick match. Every single pack that I opened, there was a green and a white in one of them, and then there was another green one somewhere else. So I couldn't even get, at the time, I could only get 1 white and 1 green. This entire time, I think I ended up with 3 green shrines and 2 white shrines, and I had to craft the rest. It has not been easy. And here, we're still having trouble, even though we got some of our basics out. We missed a land drop, and we don't have any of the right colors, so we've got an overwhelming number of 4 drops here. It kind of tells me we need to take out Kyoshi. I think having 4 of these is too much. And maybe replace it with 1 more basic land. The opponent's already got an engine going. And they're not even bothering to attack, are they? That's 2 land drops I missed. And they're just gonna sacrifice 9 lives familiar, right? Or no, they're creating a copy, create a token that's a copy, and then they sacrifice the original? Why wouldn't they sacrifice the familiar? I don't know, but this time something dies, I lose life, so we need to get rid of it for sure. There's a little something. Alright, what can we do here? We are getting close to death already. I guess we go ahead and... No, we don't get a 1-1, do we? Let's try this. We'll go get the swamp. We got a big clock on us that we're gonna die in 2 turns, so I'm not too optimistic about our odds here. Our range is being overloaded with tokens right now. So they can just bum rush me in the turn. Let's bring this back. We keep this one. Search for some more basic lands. What else do we need? Red? That's kind of cool. The Yuna Shrine kind of feature works really nice. Makes me think that I should put more basic lands in. Are we having fun yet? This card seems to be busted, doesn't it? Don't tell me you have a 1-mana removal spell. They're just gonna kill me this turn? Yeah. Eaten alive. All my effort. Look how many lands I got out. That's pretty good. You left me with 1. Well, I don't know if there's any real reason to keep going, but I guess we will. And I managed to get all of my basic lands out already. Interesting. So yeah, definitely need some basic lands. And then here, search for a basic land, which we don't have anymore. And we're up to 10, and we're dead. But we did pretty well, technically. They can just attack us. I don't know why they're hanging around this way. I'm gonna go away. I need to go get rid of all my special lands. I could have had at least a couple more lands out. Alright, so as much as it's tempting, let's see. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And then we're going to just add And does that give me back to... We're up to 59. Bear with me, at 23 lands. So what do we need? I want more planes, I think. We'll try that. That's a lot more basic lands. Alright, we might run into a different problem if we don't have the tricolored lands in terms of not having the right color we need. But really, if we're able to get any kind of the draw land engine going, we should be able to choose exactly the colors that we need pretty quickly. Since I kept my removal limited to 6 cards, it's really tough when you're facing the quick creature decks, though. So we've left ourselves open to that on purpose, so to speak. I also didn't put anything that destroys artifacts or enchantments in here. The Ninja Turtles are here, whether you wanted them or not. They should have made this an unset. For anybody who doesn't know, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were a satire based on the Daredevil comics. They're having fun with Frank Miller's run with ninjas in the Daredevil title. And you had things like, let's see, can I do anything with... I think we go ahead and do this now, just so we can pay for Not On My Watch. Daredevil had a mentor named Stick, so the ninja's mentor's named Splinter, that type of stuff. It was all satire. We'll get rid of Michelangelo now. And they will empty their entire hand very quickly. Let's go ahead and try... If I do Spelunking... Come on. Draw a card, put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. So this will come in tapped, but it was gonna... No, it doesn't come in tapped, because Spelunking means lands you control enter untapped! Yay! Okay, don't have to worry about tap lands anymore. This is really cool to negate the issue with the Shrine, which brings them in tapped, right? This should take precedence now. We're going to test that out. Gross. They can activate these for nothing now. And they're actually spreading the love around instead of putting them all on the one creature that they can just bring in and attack right away. Well, I guess they can just kill me, right? That gives us this. They can see what we got. And this is the normal stuff, though. You can see I've got 6 cards in my hand. They've got 1. They've already managed to empty their hand because they've got the Mana Dorks and they have the Earthbend, and the Earthbend gives them an advantage. And I'm not even going to block there. I didn't even draw a land. And I feel kind of bad. I don't have a lot of creatures, but I drew 2 of the exact same kind I mean, I have one of Yuna, and I only have 2 of Guru in there now, and I still end up drawing both copies. Okay, they have an army of 7. And we've got nothing. Alright. That's the normal busted stuff that Earthbending is doing. That particular Earthbending card is the most heavily crafted card in all of Arena, I think. And if they're going to do this to my attempt to have fun on the game, I may have to put in more board wipes in here. Just to survive. We do have time to wait before putting down this duplicate. I think we get rid of this now. Let's see. We discard 2 cards. Well, we have 2 of these. We can't cast. Let's get rid of that. We'll go get the blue so we can for sure cast the Spirit Oasis. So they lose 2. Nice! Things are looking up. I guess we get rid of this in a land. Okay, we want to go get a swamp. We choose up to 3. Let's go get these things. I'm going to keep the planes in my hand because they could just have another discard spell. Let's see, what do we got here? Fire Sages, Combustion Technique, and Combustion Technique. Okay, we don't want to use that. We'll do this one. We'll keep the original. Choose up to 1. Sweet, no creatures yet. I think we wait on this one a little bit longer. And we managed to thin out our deck quite nicely. 9 lands out of there already. And we have all 5 colors. And we just draw more land. Lovely. Let's try this again. Because we need something to do. We're going to get them down to 10. We'll go get one more. Do we need? Let's go get the other planes. Oh, that's a cool one. And then let's put the regular planes down and here. Boom. Bum. 9 to 28. Not too shabby. What can we do here? I think we block this puppy. They should have removal, right? Ah, they can create a dragon with that? With their firebending, they can already do that stuff. Okay, so what happened there? Enters with, if a source you control does that much damage plus that. Okay. We're already going through all of our lands again already. Yes. Yes. I think we're dead. We should have waited for extravagant replication, I guess. Because I don't have a way. I spent all of my energy. I couldn't get rid of one of these. Ouch. So, okay, so we fixed our land problem. Feeling good about that part. The firebending capability they had kind of more than made up for that, didn't it? Earthbending, firebending. Arena's finding other types of cards from Avatar besides my shrines and matching me up against them. And I'm not coming out very well, am I? Okay, Spirit Oasis comes in next. We can do that with White Lotus Hideout. Get a little bit of life gain and life loss here. And one removal card, which will come in handy, possibly. Because we don't want to use this till we have creatures out. We could bring out the Temple first. Yeah, let's bring out the Temple first. We'll get 3 creatures and a card draw. Hey! This works out perfect. I don't expect them to be able to take out more than one. What are they doing? Let's do this. Oh yeah. That looks good. I don't think they can do 18 points of damage. Alright. I can put this in now. I could do Day of Judgment. I think I'm having too much fun with this. Let's see, if I go for card draw. But I only lose 1 point of life each time. Oh, that was a lot of card draw. Oh, that was a lot of card draw. Do I do that again? I don't think I should. How many cards do I need to get rid of? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get rid of all the lands. I'm learning as I go. It's kind of fun. They still haven't made their 6/6 demon. Yeah, that didn't do any good. All it meant is when they attacked they were going to die, but that meant I had lethal. I'm not convinced I've got the best deck construction here, but Shrines takes a while to figure out how it works and how the synergies overlap on each other and build on each other. It's always a little bit different than the regular creature synergies. It's probably why I like it, but it's got the potential to be much more powerful. There's probably been, since Avatar came out, there's probably been 6 or 10 different Shrine decks already portrayed on YouTube, but I can pretty much guarantee you that my brain doesn't work the way anybody else's does. So this construction is probably going to be different than anything else out there. And I feel comfortable saying that even without having done my research. We do risk a lot against quick decks, just in terms of we don't quite have everything that we might need. Okay, so we don't have the kicker, so we just search for basic land card. And I think we need a green. Be a good place to start. Opponent's got Landfall and Earthbend, which normally is a problem for me. We'll see what happens. Let's reveal. I already have a Southern Temple. I have 2 Southern Temples, and no real other creatures yet. So. That's disgusting. And we drew some land. Alright. I think we get one of these puppies. And that's all we can do this turn. I feel like we're going too slow. But again, oh, Ouroboros, geesh. Yeah, pretty much kills us dead. No trample just yet. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Earthbender gives them trample. Right. So, yet again, this time they added the Ouroboros. Not going to do us much good. Yep, too much for me. If all Arena's going to do is do Earthbend landfall stuff against me every other round, then we're definitely going to lose every other round. The only way for me to really fix that is to put in a bunch more board wipes. I guess we could if we had to, but I'd really rather just let the landfall people have their way. That's not the best variety that you want in the opening hand. That's cool. We'll start with this. Maybe we should have started with the Spirit Oasis. But this will let us draw 2 cards instead of 1 next turn. Brambleback Brute. Have I seen this one yet? This enters with 2 plus -1/-1 counters on it. Remove a counter, target creature can't block. Okay. Not that big of a problem for us right now. And now we can cast Spelunking and make sure the stuff doesn't enter tabs. That in now, we can still play that land, and we can still cast this. Keep the original. That'll get rid of 3 of their life points. Another draw for the shrine. I think we keep that. We hold on to that. I've got no creatures, so I mean they could be removing counters anyway to increase their strength if they wanted to. If they think that's going to do them any good. They're just, I'd have no creatures to make them blockable. But it looks like they're based on trying to take me out quickly. Let's try this. Oh, Spirit Oasis. Put this down. And I think we're good in terms of, we're going to hold this up for not on my watch. Get rid of the 3/4. I'm assuming they're gonna finish making this a 4/5 and make this so it can't block. And that's the one we take out. But we give them a chance first. Oh, so that would be bigger, but I'm gonna get rid of this one. Okay, so we get 3 creatures. Then we play this. This is an extra one. Everybody gets prowess. We get to put an extra +1 counter on somebody. And we just keep that puppy. And we get 4 cards. That's awesome. That gets us up to 10. Bring it on. Can you do 14 points of damage in 1 turn? I invite you. Because we're going to have a 5th shrine out. We're going to get all 5 shrines out next turn. Life is going to be good. Okay, these come out tapped. Spelunking says they don't. So we're going to test that too. Don't scoop. Fredman. Whatever you do, don't scoop. Why did they attack? Well, they're mono red. I guess that's all they know how to do. Alright, we're gonna go get lands first. A 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. Yes, Spelunking means they all come into play untapped. Trigger, 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 trigger. Give us another creature. Give us some more land. Okay. they don't wait for the attack. We could have actually cast one more shrine. And what kind of a final turn was that? 5 shrines, 1 of each color in Spelunking, and you can see 4 creatures with 11/11. We had like 70 points of damage on the field there. Sometimes people sit through. I'm kind of glad Fredman hung out for as long as he did so that we can demonstrate what you can do. Like, we weren't even necessarily done. We got enough untapped land. We could have cast yet one more shrine and really gone to town. But this is what makes the shrines fun. And the way that Magic has designed the shrines each time, this is about our 4th iteration, right? You had the originals in Kamigawa, you had the new ones in Kamigawa Neon Dynasty, you had the ones in, what set was it, M20? That may be wrong, but they did some others in one of the core sets, and then these. And they've designed them each to be slightly different each time, so they're doing different things. And it's kind of cool. They discard a land. What do they go get? They go get Wildvine Pummeler. Okay. Well, I guess we'll let them. And we're just going to speed through this. Let's see, cost 1 less, right? So we got a 6/5 Trampler out. It doesn't have haste, but we put this out now, and now we can get rid of it. Hopefully they don't have a protection spell. They have a second one. That's kind of not good for us. What are the odds that they would just draw the next one? Alright, let's get a blocker out here. Sure. How would you attack with that? I was hoping I wouldn't block. They have something to get rid of artifacts and enchantments? You can't kill both of us, so I can double block here. They should get rid of Yenna, but then I'm still alive. Okay, did what we thought. And they're out of ammo. So there's a chance. We put down the Black Shrine first because life gain and life loss isn't quite as important as card draw. We want to get 2 cards here. We still get 1 more life drain off of them here. And 2 cards? Alright, I think it's okay to put this down, and then we'll go get red. And at this point it doesn't really matter because we've got White Lotus Hideout, right? So we can substitute for any color that we're missing. The cool thing is we're going to have 3 shrines. Once you get 3 shrines down, it almost doesn't matter which ones they are. It could even be a red followed by a white. Five basic land cards. You can play an additional land on each of your turns. Okay, so they found a spell that can get them lots of land, so they're going to match us for our land drops. But what are we going to do? We're going to do this first, I think. Because that's going to get us 3 soldiers. It's going to get us more life gain. It's going to get us 1 more card draw. Bingo. This +1 comes from Europathic. Keep that puppy. Get 1 more soldier, 1 more life gain, and 4 more cards. Life is good. Alright, they've got a Vivid deck though, and they have a nice backboard set up there, but 3 of these are lands, right? So they can put down a couple of lands. They're just going in, they're getting all their lands out first. Is that enough time for them? That was the next card they have, so I think all the rest of these are lands. It's 14 lands out of their deck. That is impressive. It's not going to be impressive. This is as impressive as this. A 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. It's too bad we didn't have Spelunking. Those could have come in better. But we can put this down. And we can do this. And I don't know if it matters too much. Which one you keep. There's the Spelunking. Let's see, I think we just attack. They have to block, that's lethal. Alright, 1 life point. Do they have a way to save it? 10 lands, 11 lands. 12 lands. If all you're going to do is draw lands and that's it, I mean, you have to have at least 1 other spell. You have to have 1 other good spell. Chest of Dealer of Death. This is from Thunder Junction. I'm having so much fun with the shrines. I've got, for those of you who've been around a long time, this is not new to you. My favorite historic deck to use is shrines. I've got, I think, multiple playlists. If you go to my playlist and you when I feel like playing ranked and historic, I do that a lot. I'll give you a kind of a tip. If you've been losing a lot on Arena and you want to have fun and switch it up, play Shrines on historic. Almost nobody's used to it. Every once in a while you get a mirror match, but it's very rare. The old Shrines, a lot of people just are not using them, and it's like people don't remember. Okay, we'll do this now. We'll go search for a basic land. Let's go get blue so we can cast the Spirit Oasis. Kind of flooding out early on. But remember what I said, as long as we can get 3 of them out, we'll be good. Yeah, that's fine. Because we'll get 2, right? So we'll go get this and this. They come in tapped. And then we just need to keep enough to use these, as long as they can't do 14 points of damage to us right away. That's pretty darn close. Well, we may have trouble then. Auto Tapper didn't do us any favors there. Does it matter? I don't know that the lands matter anymore. We've got blockers, but if they've got instants, they'll just kill us. Yeah. We actually needed the black shrine to save us. They had the perfect variety too. They had one of each of those 3 creatures and then a bunch of instants that did direct damage. So perfect mana curve for them, perfect variety of the different cards. We need a little bit more time to set things up for us. Unless you're willing to cut out a couple of the shrines to make room for additional board wipes or single point removal that early on. I guess you could say that I did that wrong, right? I should have not cast a spell and should have held the removal in place. Go ahead and cast the shrine since we have it now. Lord of the Rings lands. Kinda cool. The only issue with this is that it made sure to include all that green, so you got to pay attention that it's a swamp. Non-creature spells add counters, and they're throwing away land. I think we just get rid of this now. Get a little bit of life gain and 2 creatures. Do they want to waste removal spells on 1/1s? We can bring down Yenna. Uh-oh. They can exile cards. I don't like that one. That defeats the purpose of Yuna. And I don't have a non-basic land to fix my mana with Demolition Field. So I can't actually do anything except this. And I don't want to destroy my own creature, so we're done. I actually need a Plains. Okay, that I tap. I'll have the white mana next time. This should be removal against Yenna. Oh! There's only one other copy, right? Or no, I had 3 of her. Okay. So now they can see what I got. It's kind of good on them. Now they know if they can afford to attack with anybody, too. Do I chump block? Yeah, let's chump block that one. That's got vigilance, doesn't it? Alright, I guess we'll get rid of that. Okay, get a couple of life gains this time. We can choose up to 4. Sweet. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Yeah, let's attack. That gets him down to 6. And even though we only got to use Yenna once in the entire match, having 2 of these temples out at the same time, with one being a non-legendary token, is just excellent. Now they got a 2/2, and I've got 26 life. And they don't have a lot of cards. They do have some mutagenic tokens here. So they can beef this up pretty quick, right? Make it a 5/5 now. But we just thinned our deck out of a lot of land, so increase the odds that we're going to draw something other than land, hopefully. This is a bad card against us, though, because there's just nothing that we'll ever have in the graveyard that we can get back. Let's see what we got. Oh, yes. I know that's a mistake. It's got vigilance. How do I overpower that? I don't have life gain, right? Got a 3-turn clock here. They can use their own graveyard for ammo. They're doing all this with only 6 lands. And they can tap this, it's not a sorcery, right? So they can tap whatever they want. Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely. Just one, right? I got 9. You gotta block. There's no choice. You have to block. Oh, they don't hang around. They didn't even know I had none on my watch. Life is so good right now. I could do this forever. I'm gonna make myself cut off here. Avatar Shrines. That's the deck, and we just put 4 copies of each shrine in there. And I like the life gain, life drain of Northern Air Temple. I like the card draw of Spirit Oasis. Each one of these traits, getting land, these are matched to the color pie very well. It's another thing that I like about the shrines is that every time they design it here. Red is in prowess. That's right. Red is a creature deck. You get the creatures. And then Southern Air Temple is the +1/+1 counters that you're used to doing. I'm still not sure about this 1, 2, 3, and then you have 4 different shrines that are all at the 4-drop level. I feel like maybe one of these they should have designed a 2-drop, but maybe these were just too powerful that they couldn't get by with it. You saw we fixed everything quite nicely as soon as we just went to basic lands. Wish I could have got Extravagant Replication out. That really juices things. But Spelunking, really great force multiplier. None on my watch, really nice to stop the attackers. And then, eventually, sometimes you get the Day of Judgment when you need it. Sometimes you don't. And then Guru turned out to be fairly good overall. Worth having 2 copies, I think. And Aang's Journey is also worth having 2 copies. If you can kick it, you can get the shrine instead of the land, and you can get the life gain off of it. And then I really like having Yenna in here. You make a copy, but it's not legendary. If she can survive, and you can make additional copies of these, that's awesome. Too many people have Graveyard Hate these days, so I only have the 1 copy of Yenna. I didn't go overhand for expensive cards as far as, there's 1 6-drop and 1 5-drop. Partly because we're so heavy. We've got 6 4-drops alone in the deck already. But yeah, I look forward to playing around with Yenna more and maybe getting some enchantments from the graveyard back, because we don't worry about them destroying our enchantments. We're destroying our own enchantments by replacing each one with a legendary. So just bringing one back to multiply its effects is really fun. I just made this tonight. You saw basically my first, play testing through it to juggle the lands, to fix the mana, to fix it so it's where I got it, to where I want it. I have no idea which cards other people have used besides, but it's mostly, it kind of makes itself, right? Because you've got the 5 4-drops, clumps of 4 for each of the shrines. You could go ahead and do, if you wanted, you could do one of the ley lines in here so that you could have all of your stuff be all colors and all of your lands could be every color. But I don't think that's necessary. I think just the Spelunking, to go ahead and draw lands out and have them come out untapped, you get that going and you're almost unstoppable. I don't know what else to cut out though, because you really do need to keep some of these around to survive long enough with the fast rate. If you took away 3 of these and you added in 3 Spelunkings, I don't know that you would survive long enough to do things. But as always, I'm open for comments. Go ahead and like and subscribe if you like this. And remember what I said, if you're ever having trouble getting your wins, whether it's in Historic or in Standard, go ahead and play some Shrines. A lot of people are just not prepared for them. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you next time. Have a good one.